Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have our official NBA playoff predictions. I know this video is probably going to come out, a day or two late because just didn't get posting time. But yeah, we have the official predictions. No games have happened as of yet. As you can see on the top, it still says submit your picks now. Bracket locks in 2 days and 1 hour, 34 minutes. But it's time to predict our winners. Yeah, just going to be predicting the whole bracket. We have definitely a lot of interesting matchups here. Obviously, as a Lakers fan, or a semi-Lakers fan, however you want to put it, I'm definitely scared for that Nuggets-Lakers series. Yeah, obviously after last year, it definitely stings still. So we'll see. Hopefully, Lakers can at least take a game. Last year they didn't. Hopefully, they can do it this year. But yeah, we have 8 games. I'm going to be predicting the whole playoffs, so not just the first round. And yeah, starting off, we have the Thunder and the Pelicans. Actually, I'm actually going to start off in the Eastern Conference. We're going to have the Celtics and the Heat because it's definitely going to be easier for me. Jimmy Butler out for, I think, the series. He could come back later if the series ends up going 6 or 7 games. But if Jimmy Butler's not going to be back for the first 4 games, I don't think there's a shot that the Celtics lose the series. I have Celtics in 4 and a clean sweep. The Heat, they're a feisty team. They're a grimy team. Maybe they can get one game, knock out a game, low 90s, high 90s scoring. But that offense of Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, Derek White even, Jrue Holiday, they just have so many weapons that it'd be insane for them not to win in at least 5 games. I have it in 4, but if it's 5, that makes sense too. But I have Celtics in 4. Next up, we have the Cavaliers and the Magic. Honestly, Cavs in 5. Not only are they the more experienced team, but overall I think they're just the better team. I think the Magic I'm not going to say they slightly overperformed this season, but it doesn't really feel like they have a chance in the series. I think the Cavs, what's going to push them over the edge, at least in my opinion, is them having Donovan Mitchell, because I think he's by far the tough shot taker in this series that the Magic just don't have. I know they have Banchero, but at times he's inconsistent. So I'm going to take the firepower of the Cavs offense. I guess it's probably going to end up being a defensive series. I'm going to assume some of these games are going to be in the 90s. The Magic will keep it close, but I think at the end of the day, the Cavs will take the first 2 games. They're going to take a game in Orlando, and then obviously they're going to finish out the series. I have Cavs in 5. Next up, we have the Bucks and the Pacers, and I'm pretty sure Giannis will not be playing game 1 of the series. This should be a good series. They have a little rivalry going on. Obviously, we know Giannis storming for the ball after he had his career high in points, but they give it to Oscar Tshiebwe instead. So there's a little bit of a backstory there. I think I'm still going to go the Bucks despite Giannis not being there. Instead of maybe a 6-game series, I'm going to have Bucks going 7. I think at the end of the day, when you have Giannis and Damian Lillard in Game 7 at home, you can't really expect them to lose. So that's really just the reason I have Bucks in 7. If it was a 4-5 matchup and the Pacers with the 4 seed, I think I would have the Pacers win this game. But the Pacers should keep this one close. Hopefully they're able to steal Game 1 because Giannis will not be available. If they're not, I could probably see Bucks in 6. But right now, I'll say Bucks in 7. Giannis is really going to make a difference in this series. See his availability and if he's not going to be available. Next up, we have the Knicks and the 76ers. Should be a good series as well. Joel Embiid obviously banged up ended the season. A bit hurt. Obviously, during the season, he was hurt as well. I think I'm going to go with the Knicks in 6. 7. I could see this go 7. I could also see the 76ers winning. But with the injury concerns of Joel Embiid and, maybe the lack of depth that the Sixers team has shown, we saw Nick Batum come up big in the in-season tournament, in the play-in game. But I don't know if I can really count on that for, in 6 games. I like the Knicks' depth better. I think I'd honestly, who do I like as a coach better between Nurse and Thibodeau? It's probably close. I probably won't make that decision right now. But Knicks have the first 2 games at home. I think it would be very big for them to win those first 2 games because of all the talent they have, obviously, and the momentum they'll bring into games 3 and 4 in Philadelphia. Because if they steal one of those, I think if the series goes 3-1, it'll be over. So I have Knicks over the 76ers in 6 games. Next up, we have the Western Conference. I'm going to start with the top, Thunder and Pelicans. Like Embiid, or I guess more like Giannis, Zion will not be available for at least game 1 of the series. I guess like Jimmy Butler as well. But Zion might not be available the whole series. I'm going to have Thunder in 7. If Zion was available though, and we knew he was going to be back for at least one of these games, but we know about Zion. I mean, if he's going to be out for some of the games, there's a great chance he's going to be out for the whole series. If Zion was back for this series, I'm going to admit I would have the Pelicans win the series. I think they're just at the level of the Thunder are. But with no Zion, I'm going to take this young Thunder team. But this is definitely going to be a test. And for this Clippers-Mavericks series, I'll say right now, the winner of this series will be going to the conference finals. That's just my opinion. Clippers-Mavericks, probably the best series we have, either that or the Timberwolves-Suns, or maybe can make an argument for the Knicks and the 76ers. But Clippers-Mavericks, this is tough. I think I'm going to end up leaning the Clippers in this series. Clippers in 7. I mean, I think it's going to go 7 either way. The Mavericks ended the season so well, though, I could see them carrying that momentum into the playoffs. But with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, it's going to be really tough to bet against this Clippers team. I think they're also a team that's sort of built for the playoffs. I know you do have your playoff inconsistencies with James Harden and Paul George. But at the end of the day, the Clippers have more star power, in my opinion. I think they're going to be able to put up more points on the board. And if they're able to limit Luka Doncic at all, I think the Clippers will be able to win the series. Have them in 7. This should be an amazing series, though. Honestly, if you want to say the Mavericks should win this series in 7, I would not go against you because I think there's a great chance that happens as well. Clips in 7, though, over the Mavericks. If the Clippers lost the series, there'd be a lot of questions going into this year's offseason. Next up, we have the Timberwolves and the Suns. Definitely another interesting series. Just like the Clippers, it's tough to bet against the Suns' veterans, all-star, superstar veterans they have in Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal. But this Timberwolves team's definitely interesting. I'm pretty sure during the regular season, the Suns went 2-0 or 3-0 against the Timberwolves. So I think that is what is going to lean me to have the Suns win the series. I'm going to say Suns in 6 because just like that Pacers-Bucks series, I'm not really sure if the Pacers, or in this case the Suns, can go into Minnesota and win the 7th game. That crowd's going to be crazy. But, yeah, this is going to be tough. If the Timberwolves are able to shut down Devin Booker, I think they're going to have a great chance in this series. Devin Booker, he's just been going crazy against them in the regular season. I think he's averaging like 35+ against the Timberwolves specifically. So if they're able to shut him down, whether that's with Jaden McDaniels, he probably will get the Kevin Durant assignment. Whether that's with Anthony Edwards, of course. There's definitely going to be some interesting factors playing into this game. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Edwards got the matchup against Kevin Durant because we've seen Kevin Durant, I'm not going to say fail against smaller guards, but definitely get challenged a little bit on the defensive side of the ball against these smaller guards who are able to get, up underneath him and make it hard for Kevin Durant to really get his shot up. But I'm going to have Suns in 6. I think it's going to be very, very fun series to watch as well. But honestly, if you want to say Timberwolves in 6 or 7, I wouldn't defy you because that's also something that can definitely happen. Next up, we have the Nuggets and the Lakers. As bad as I want to say Lakers in 6 or 7, it's going to be the Nuggets. There's just no way I see them lose the series. I know you really can't bet against LeBron and AD, but this was what happened last year. D'Angelo Russell was bad, so if he's bad again in this series, there's most likely going to be some sort of changes going into the offseason. But at the end of the day, they're the reigning champs. I think we saw them beat the Lakers in 4 last year. Nothing is really telling me to go Lakers here. I want to see the Lakers win, but at the end of the day, it's going to be impossible for me to bet against the reigning champions, the Denver Nuggets. It'll be tough. I think Anthony Davis, though, does probably have a sneaky good series because I don't really know if anybody on this Nuggets team can really go one-on-one, defending Anthony Davis. Aaron Gordon, maybe, but not Jokic, I don't think. Off the bench, probably not DeAndre Jordan. Zeke Naji probably will not get PT in the series. It'll be interesting. Probably be a fun series because obviously last year we saw this series go. It was a sweep, but every single game was close. I can kind of see that happen in this series as well this year. But I'm going to have to lean defending champions. I have Nuggets in 6. Honestly, I would not be surprised if they got in 5 games, but just for the sake of the Lakers, I'll say it in 6. So in the Western Conference, we had a 2 7-game series. we had and 2 6-game series. Okay, so that's pretty simple. In the East, we have a sweep of 5-game series, a 7-game series, and a 6-game series. So across the whole thing. Now for the Eastern Conference, we have Celtics and Cavs. I'm going to have the Celtics win this one. It's going to be in 5 or 6, I think. Honestly, if it was a sweep, it would not surprise me. I'm going to say Celtics in 5. They're just the better team. I think Cavaliers might struggle a bit offensively in the first round against the Magic because they're such a good defense. In the second round, that's just not going to pass. If you can't score with the Celtics, you're going to get swept. If you can't keep up with them, you're going to get swept. Because defensively, they are extremely tough to stop. With Tatum, with Holiday, with Brown, Porzingis, Derek White. They have so many factors on the Celtics team that if you can't keep up with them, you're not going to win the game. So Celtics in 5, I'll say the Cavs, they take one at home. But other than that, it should be an easy series for the Celtics. Kind of cruising into the conference finals. Next up, we have the Bucks and the Knicks. Big series. Unfortunately, I don't really see the exact same thing. When we saw talking about the Timberwolves series, how I don't think that the Suns would be able to get it done if the Timberwolves got it to 7, or like the Pacers series, if the Bucks got it to 7, which I have them doing. I don't think the Pacers will get it done. I don't really have the same thing with the Bucks and the Knicks. I'm gonna have the Bucks win this one in 7 games. Yeah, this is obviously going to be a tough one to predict. But at the end of the day, stars like to shine at MSG. And I think if this goes 7 games, we might see a crazy 50-piece out of Damian Lillard or obviously out of Giannis Antetokounmpo. But yeah, I feel like something crazy is going to happen in that Game 7 where we see one of those guys go off. Because it always happens at MSG. We had Reggie Miller, obviously just a couple years ago. Trae Young. LeBron's been doing it. Stephen Curry. Obviously, it was a regular season, but Stephen Curry's been doing it. So yeah, that Game 7 will be crazy. Knicks fans crazy in general. But yeah, I kind of see a big game coming out of that duo in Game 7. So Bucks in 7. If you want to say Knicks, though, I can understand because this is a 3-2 matchup. It can really go either way. So in the Eastern Conference, we have a 1-3 matchup in the conference championship, or in the conference finals, excuse me. And in the Western Conference, we have Thunder Clippers. I mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. I think the Clippers will be able to get this done. Whoever wins this Mavericks-Clippers series, I think we'll have a good chance to go to the conference finals. I think they say Clippers in 6. I'm going to say they get it done on their home court, which is going to be very important. Just veterans, more experience. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Harden, Westbrook. We've mentioned it before. I think Zubac is going to play a big part in this series as well, guarding Chet Holmgren. It'll be interesting to see if the rookie can really show off in the playoffs. But yeah, I just don't really see the Clippers losing this series. I know the Thunder were so good in the regular season, but when it comes down to the playoffs, it's going to be very tough to get past a veteran team like the Clippers. So Clippers in 6 against the Thunder. Now in the Western Conference, or in the Western Conference semifinals, we have a 6-2 matchup in the Nuggets and the Suns. Pretty easy. I'm going to go with the Nuggets in the series. I'm going to say Nuggets in 6. Last year, did they get the series done in 5? I think so. But this year, the Suns have Bradley Beal now, so I guess that's what I can say. But overall, it's just tough to see the Nuggets lose the series. The best ran team in the NBA. Just overall, I don't really think anyone at this point right now will be able to stop the Nuggets. And I kind of have a hot take here. I just want to throw out real quick. I think if the Lakers beat the Nuggets in their first round series, I think they have a solid chance to get to the finals. Maybe that's a hot take, but that's just my take. Maybe the Suns will give them problems, but I think they'll be able to get past the Timberwolves. And I don't think anybody in this top half except the Mavericks would give them too much trouble. I just messed that up. We could actually go with the Clippers. But, obviously I could be wrong. Clippers, good team. All these teams are good. But just a little bit of hot take. If the Lakers get past the Nuggets in the first round, they'll make it to the finals. I'll just say that right there. But now we have the Thunder. I already made this. It's Clippers versus Nuggets. And so, yeah, we had we had a 7-game series with the Bucks Knicks, 5 Celtics Cavs. Then in the West, we have a 6-game series with the Nuggets Suns and a 6-game series with the Clippers and Thunder. Finally, we have Clippers Nuggets. I'm going to go Nuggets in 6. Is that every series in 6 for them? I think that is. Could make it different. I don't think the series goes 7, though, but I'm not going to make it 5. 6 kind of feels like an even ground to go on. Best team in the league. I'm still going to say it. Best team in the league is definitely a shot. Best team in the West, though, because, we got the Celtics over there. Celtics, Bucks. I don't want to say 6 games, but it kind of feels like this would be a 6-game series. I think I'll go Celtics in 6, but I'm going to change, because I've been picking a lot of 6-game series. I'm going to change this one and say Clippers in 5. Maybe that's a hot take, but who knows. Then in the finals, we have the Celtics versus either the Clippers or the Nuggets. I'm going to have Nuggets go in 6. And we have the Nuggets versus Celtics in finals. Kind of feel like they're on a collision course right now. My pick is going to be the Denver Nuggets repeating against the Celtics. It'll go to a 7-game series. Finals, Game 7 in the TD Garden. It's going to be rocking. But Jokic, Jamal Murray, MPJ are going to be able to get it done. Obviously, MPJ has a little chip on his shoulder too because his brothers are definitely in some little bit of a turmoil right now. But there we go. Nuggets in 7. Thanks for watching this video, and yeah, see you next time. Peace.